Good afternoon, everybody. This is David Robinson, the father of geologist Daniel Robinson. Come to you this afternoon to give you an update on things that I have done since I've been here in Arizona. As you guys know, my son Daniel, geologist, went missing out there in the desert, the Snoring Desert of Buckeye, Arizona, on June 23rd, while he was doing his job. I have been here since June 26th searching for him. I put in the initial report on June 23rd. I reported out to the Tempe Police Department because my son is a resident of Tempe. As for a welfare check, the department wasn't able to do so, but directed me to the Buckeye Police Department because my son was last seen in the area called the White Tank Mountains. Like I said, I've been here since June 26th, with my boots on the ground, doing my own investigation to working with the Buckeye Police Department to find my son. I quickly formed a search of my own, utilizing 200 or so volunteers to help me out there in that Sonoran Desert. As you can imagine, when I first heard that my son went missing, the first thing I done is hopped in my vehicle. I drove 2,000 miles to get here, and like I said, once got here on the ground with my boots, I did all of that. Like I said, investigation to work with the Buckeye Police Department, as well as forming my own search. I didn't know how much these things would cost when I was in my hotel room. When I quickly realized the expenses are very high. My daughter introduced me to the GoFundMe. I reached out to you guys with that GoFundMe, and you guys had help. You guys have been donating, keeping the searches going, as well as keeping me here on the ground, as well as supporting me when I go do the leads and follow leads out there for my son, as well as you guys had helped me with supplies and things to get what I then had formed a city search for my son, where I would go all over here around Arizona to various hospitals, to mental health wards, and also the homeless population. That city search ended up turning into a city distribution, flyer distribution, where I put out thousands of flyers, whether it's in events that I went to, like Crime Con, put out thousands of flyers to just get them out to people all over this country by mail, and as well as just personal handing out. So been putting out a lot of flyers, thousands of them a week, buying flyers and things like that. You guys have been supporting as well. Again, as also I had to hire my own private investigator, who also have been doing a investigation alongside with my own personal investigating. We did go do a lot of things out there in the desert as well. You guys know the equipments and stuff that I had to rent out for that desert search is very expensive, but nevertheless, like I said, you guys have been champion to keep that going. But when the funding started getting kind of low, you guys saw me come from doing searches every week to doing searches every other week, saying, and down to the point where I had to end up putting pauses on the search and do searches as I can. I have recently been going out doing, and always been going out and doing things like personalized search. With when I'm saying it's personalized is when I go out on my own, or I take a small group of people with me. That's what's going on right now. I had to put the pauses on because I had to try to save funding and try to gain funding to be able to do the forensics work. As you guys know, I have been battling the local police department for resources and help into investigating into my son's case. There was no forensics work done on the scene. You guys can see the pictures there, no forensics marker. I was already told that as well in a meeting with the police department. I have since then forced them to do at least fingerprinting, but yet it was to this day we still don't even know if the clothing that was found on the ground. It's definitely my son's clothing, to where the red transfer paint came from on the vehicle, to all the other things if somebody else was in the vehicle. So we had to get those things processed, and that's one thing I have been doing lately is in trying to get the funding to be able to do that, as well as keep everything going. Like I said, I really had to keep those flyer distribution going because that's one thing I do have left, and that's to be able to reach that person or persons who may have seen something that day and somehow right now probably live in Florida or some other state, and I need to reach that person to get that awareness out there, and also come reaching out to make sure that my son's story stay alive. As you guys know, I have a YouTube channel. Please help find Daniel, and also doing a Q&A to try to give you guys updates of what's going on, as well as I've been passionate. I've been helping other families since I've been here to try to help them with their search for their loved one. As you see on the bottom of the screen there, that is a tip line that I pay for, anonymous tip line for those who know what happened to my son to be able to utilize. It's a service that I pay for with operators that answer your call 24 hours, 7 days a week. And also the good part about my tip line is you can stay anonymous, and also you can just text the word tip to that number and still remain anonymous if you like. You don't have to even talk to anyone. So it's a tip line that I'm paying for. You guys have when you've been donating to help me be able to pay for that, as well as set up things I've been doing for other families. Like I said on the bottom screen, you see there, we have a day of remembrance that's coming up on September the 10th. And I want you guys, to, if you can, you hear this message, can support that as well. It's not only helping my family to be able to share Daniel's story, but also helping other families. There's a lot of resources that will be there for those families. So if you guys are interested in that, please come out and support these families, support my family. And if you are a family who have a missing loved one, you can reach out to us on please help find Daniel at yahoo.com, and we can help you get your reserve your spot so you can share your loved one's story. So again, also with the flyer distribution, you guys, if anybody, I've been doing this as well, sending out a lot of flyers to individuals all over this country. You can just hit me up on please help find me and my team. Please help find Daniel at yahoo.com and put out, you give us the information. We have those flyers mailed out to you, or you can go to please help find Daniel.com and utilize the PDF that's there. The PDF that's there to be able to print those flyers out yourself. Please help find Daniel.com. As you know, the website also have a lot of those resources as well. I just want to make sure I put some of these things out before I get off. And if you want to become a volunteer ambassador, you can speak with me on the Zoom every Thursday at 5 p.m. here in Arizona time. 5 p.m. You can join me on the Zoom. The link is right there on Please Help Find Daniel.com on the front page, right up under the video. You can get up on there at 5 p.m. Every week, and I can talk to you about how to become a volunteer for the ambassador program as well. So you can hit the go on to pleasehelpfinddaniel.com also and hit the volunteer in other ways tab. As you guys know, I have also formed the Daniel Robinson Foundation. We will be needing people. So with that form, if you, no matter where you live and you want to help out, you can go on pleasehelpfinddaniel.com, hit that volunteer in other ways tab, and put your information there, your skill sets, and we can be able to utilize that in the future. So it's a lot of things I have been doing since I've been on the ground here. I have, like I said, I've been fighting for my son from day one. I have been utilizing the money that you guys have been helping me to build. But right now, I'm just asking you guys. I'm at a point where I definitely need to reach that goal. That's to help me remain here in Arizona, with my boots on the ground, so I can be effective. I am fighting for my son. I am working with the law enforcement in the background to try to see what they can do in terms of helping me find my son. Even so, trying to get some of this forensic work done. So, you guys can please support me on that. Help me get to that goal. Like I said, to help me get this forensic work done, to being able to keep the flyer distribution going, as well as remaining here on the ground. I didn't know, like I said, how expensive it would be to be here, but I've been utilizing that money. What you see on the GoFundMe, that money has been used, and the money I've been using since I've been here to be able to stay here, remain here, as well as being in the fight for my son. So it's an active, ongoing thing, and I need all the help I can. So if you guys can donate, no amount is too small, amount is too large. I really need your help. If you can help me reach that goal, at least I know that will keep me going for a while. So you guys, thank you so much for your time, your attention. I do want to give you one thing, again, because I mentioned that. A day of remembrance. And I want to put a little video there. It's going to be two videos. One, kind of highlight some of the things that's here been happening. And then the second video, again, will be show you my team and what we're doing to the day of remembrance. and to kind of introduce to the Daniel Robinson Foundation. There will be a launch date for the Daniel Robinson Foundation. You all need to look out for that as well. So thank you so much. God bless you, and I hope to see you soon.
Government officials insist
that BNC Live has been following from the beginning. A father continues his mission to find out what happened to his son.
Daniel Robinson vanished in the Buckeye Desert.
Daniel Robinson went missing in the Buckeye Desert.
Urgent plea from a father who has scoured the vast Arizona desert himself.
4-year-old Daniel Robinson, and this is a very, very odd mystery.
Daniel Robinson disappeared on June 23rd in the far West Valley.
His parents, David and Melissa, need our help.
I'm David Robinson, the father of geologist Daniel Robinson.
His name, Daniel Robinson. And leading the search, not law enforcement, but Daniel's father, David.
God knows how much we can bear, you know, and at times I feel like I can't really take but so much more.
Where is Daniel Robinson?
And identify they were human leg bones.
But you know what? It's still urgent to me as a father because, we found human remains out here.
David Robinson had only one thought on his mind as he drove the nearly 1,800 miles from his South Carolina home to Phoenix.
I had to find my son. I also want to thank the volunteers that come out here every weekend, volunteering their time. And, without these special people behind me, I wouldn't have a search.
How does a young man vanish off the face of the earth? How does that happen? No record, no sightings, nothing. He's just gone. And when I say a young man, I'm talking about 25-year-old Daniel Robinson. He is the apple of his parents' eye. A young geologist, music lover, good-looking, great grades, the works. So why can't we find Daniel? I mean, see, Grace, this is Crime Stories. And his dad, David Robinson, is using the GoFundMe money to fund his own investigation and the desperate search for his boy, his son, Daniel Robinson, 25 years old. What happened to him? How did he just disappear? David Robinson, sir, thank you so much for being with us. Tell me when you first realized your son just hadn't called in a couple of days, that he was truly missing.
Yes, my son, on the 23rd, I did get a call from my daughter. She also lives out in Phoenix. And at times I feel like I can't really take but so much more.
But in his weakest times, David says it's the volunteers that provide him strength.
Everybody know that I call them my extended family. And so this video is the same thing. We all here have one common goal, and that's to find Daniel and also to bring light what happened to other families.
As the Robinsons' extended family light candles tonight, their collective light shines towards that day when their question is answered and Daniel comes home. Josh Sanders, 12 News.